Human evolution. It is really a lengthy process of change. Based on scientific evidence, the physical and behavioral personalities are originated from our ape-like ancestors, and it was evolved over a period of approximately 6 million years. We often talk about human evolution, right, as something that happened long years ago. But the fact is that we are always evolving every second, if not exactly in a genetic sense, at least in an environmental or situation sense. Fact is that our body will have notable changes in a century from now as they did a century ago. Humans will be very different creatures in 1000 years from now. These changes might happen due to climatic conditions, artificial intelligence and genetic mutation and are all set to transform our bodies in drastic ways. This video is about the top 10 changes that might happen in human bodies in next 1000 years. Number 1. Flexible body. The neuroscientist and author of the book The Idiot Brain, Mr. Dean Burnett, believes that as our bodies evolve to reduce the impact that results from accidents, falls and other injuries, hence rigid and inflexible bones won't be essential to humans. He commented further, future humans might not have any strong bones. Instead, they will be having very flexi bones. Number 2. Teeth as beak. A biologist at Sheffield University stated that in the distant future that human teeth might begin to fuse together, creating a more robust and practical beak. Same like what happened to our wisdom tooth. Humans evolved to seem to be lined up with advancements in their diet and food preparation techniques, hence they are no longer have to eat uncooked flesh for the past several years. These resulted in evolution change and 35% of the world people have no wisdom tooth. Number 3. Increased height. Humans have generally gotten taller in the last 10 decades and this seems likely to be continued. As research shows, a century ago, American men were an average of 5 feet 7 inches. Today, they are an average of 5 feet 10 inches. If this growth rate continues for another 100 years, then you can bet we all look like we would be basketball players. Number 4. Hardworking lungs. According to Johan Hendricks, a Harvard researcher and managing director of Excel Venture Management, a life science venture capital firm, stated that we are going to need lungs and muscles that take in more oxygen, which would be particularly valuable in low oxygen environments, for example Mars, and hence our health more generally. This might mean evolving over time or either through genetic redesign. Number 5. Longer and flexible fingers. Possible changes likely to be happen in our fingers, and that evolution could push us towards developing digits that are more flexible than at present, taking a form that retains precious but loses rigidity, to give us a wider range and speed when typing or touch screening, but retaining physical characteristics that make touchscreen use feasible. Number 6. Improved brain. We are having to process far more data today than even a couple of years ago, and this appears likely to only increase. Hendricks believes that this influx of information may be triggering different responses from different people. As he puts it, we are trying to process so much data and so much stuff that some people get synesthetic and just have huge pipes that remember everything. Other people get hypersensitive to the amount of information. Some other people react with various psychological conditions or reactions to this information, or maybe it's brain chemicals. Number 7. Allergies. Of course, all these genetic improvements could have the opposite result. As our conditions improve and we are less often exposed to bugs, bacteria and infection, we may develop allergies to formerly harmless substances. Our immune systems are primed to do that, but they are kind of bored. Instead, they respond to inner-cause allergies and we lose exposure to things that strengthen our immunity. We could end up with weaker immune system, but we might live in a society that didn't need them. Number 8. Sexual maturity. A doctoral student in evolutionary anthropology and a researcher at the Global Brain Institute, Mr. Cadell Last, stated that human life history throughout our species evolution can be thought of as one long trend towards delayed sexual maturation and biological reproduction, that is, living fast and dying young to living slow and dying old. Number 9. Modified cell. If we end up in colonizing another planets, Mars or otherwise, Hendricks believes that we will need to modify our own cells to survive. It is going to be really hard to live on Mars if we don't modify the human body. Modifications will allow us to explore, live and get to places where we wouldn't even dream of today. Many studies are happening at background and that resulted in discovering CRISPR technology, CRISPR technology. It is simple yet powerful tool for editing genomes. It allows researchers to easily alter DNA sequences and modify gene functions. It is available in Amazon for $165. Number 10. Digital brain. It's not completely unimaginable that someday we will be able to download our own memories, maybe into a new body, stated by Hendricks, pointing to experiments that are already being conducted on mice at MIT and it is successful. And in future, maybe you can upload other people's memory as well. But will it be practical for digital brain? Of course, yes. It is possible for human to live for 1,000 years. For this study, we have invested around $425 million and we believe it will be practical by 2045. This was stated by Bill Marius, CEO, Google Ventures. I don't like to die. I want to win my life as like my competitors. To make it possible, I have invested 2,500 crores for this research through Lawrence Ellison Foundation, stated by Larry Ellison, Oracle CEO. On or before 2045, humans can save their brain memories in digital form, by which they can attain an immortal stage. For this project, 2045, I have assigned the world's best system engineers and brain specialists and invested almost 4,000 crores. And Buddhist monk Dalai Lama also appreciated for this greatest step. This was stated by Dmitry Itskov, Russian entrepreneur. I don't like to die. I love to live in the earth like a god. For this research, I have invested more than 1,000 crores. This was stated by Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal, Palantir Technologies, and Founders Fund. I think the brain is like a program in the mind, which is like a computer, so it is theoretically possible to copy the brain into a computer and so provide a form of life after death. This was stated by Stephen Hawking, the theoretical physicist. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Like the video, share to your friends and subscribe for future videos.